Um, this presentation is also lab 6. Um, it's about the VLAN. So the VLAN topology is uh, we have two routers here. We have four switches. So we will try to set up this ether channel as the trunk. Trunk means it can take more than one VLAN. And we configure all these four interfaces as the access, which means each of this interface can only belongs to one VLAN. So this one belongs to VLAN 3, this two belongs to VLAN 4, and this one belongs to VLAN 5. We give each interface an IP address from different subnets. So this one is 10.0.3.3. This one is 10.0.4.1.3. This one is 10.0.5.5.4. We also create a VLAN interface on this switch. So the IP address is 3.11, 4.11, and 5.11. So without any this router, but we don't use the layer 3 of this router. So without the routing the functionality, so by default just the host or device belongs to the same VLAN. They can talk each other at layer 2. So layer 3 uh, dot 3 3.3 can ping 3.11. 4.1 and 4.3 can ping 4.11. So dot 1 go this way, dot 3 the traffic will go this way through the trunk. So VLAN 5 5.4 should be able to pin dot 11. The traffic will go this way. So this 4.1 should be able to pin 4.3. The traffic will go this way. Go this way. Let's configure those. Before we configure the devices, um, we have to be very clear what's the VLAN. The VLAN stands for virtual line. So it's technology to uh, isolate on the switch, isolate the different line. So logical line. By default, one switch is one line. By default, is VLAN 1. So all the ports belongs to VLAN 1, and the whole switch is a broadcast domain. But when we assign the port to different VLAN, uh, each VLAN became our isolated broadcast domain. So the host in one VLAN cannot talk to the host in another VLAN, even they are on the same switch. For sure, without the routing information. I mean, without the routing functionality. If you don't have a layer 3 routing information, the host on different VLAN cannot talk to each other. Um, we just configure the ether trunk. Same as the last lab. So still the same thing. Physical membership 9 and 10 on both sides. But this time we will configure to see which VLAN allowed go through this trunk. So the command is to go to the interface 1, and you use the command, you say port link type is trunk. Set it by trunk, and you have to say this trunk allowed pass VLAN. You can say, or you can also say like because we have only 3 VLANs here, we have 3, 2, 5. Let's see. So display current. So you can see the under this interface, you can see the port trunk allowed VLAN is only 3 to 5. So same thing here. Interface is trunk 1, port link type trunk, port trunk, allowed pass VLAN 3 to 5. Okay. After this configuration, this trunk here can take 3, 4, 5, uh, not all the others. The second one will create a VLAN. Next step is to configure the VLAN. So interface G0013. You have to assign this port as the access port because uh, we want it's not a trunk, so it only belongs to one VLAN. So port link type is access. Another interface G001. Same thing. Um, Another step is to say VLAN. This one belongs to VLAN 4. So VLAN 4. We put port gig 001. So there's one way to assign this port to VLAN. So you create a VLAN, you say port gig interface 001. You say this port belongs to VLAN 4. The another way is under the interface. You go to interface G/13. Um, you say port default VLAN. This one belongs to VLAN 3. Oh, doesn't exist. Okay, so we have to create a VLAN first. So VLAN 3. Let's create another VLAN 5 as well. So you go to interface 0013. You have to say because we already configured this port as the access. So now we only need to say port default VLAN 3. Now we configure this to access port. So let's go to switch 2. So here, let's create VLAN 3, VLAN 3, VLAN 4, VLAN 5. You also can go this way. VLAN 3 to 5. It's easier to create a big range. So switch to uh, interface gig 003 port link type access. So port default VLAN. This one is 4. So this interface here. Another one is we can use VLAN 5. See port gig 002. Trunk record can not be okay. So which means we have to uh, interface. We have to set up this port as the access. Okay, so now we go back VLAN 5 port gig 002. That's the other way to assign the port to the VLAN. So same thing here, 3 VLAN 3. So port gig 003 port not gig interface port Ethernet 0013 not the same thing interface Ethernet 0013 interface 0013 port link type access. You can use another way port default VLAN 3. S3 VLAN 3 to 5 interface gig 002 port type access and the port default VLAN 5. Here we have to assign the IP address for the different VLAN. On switch 3, the interface 0013 is access port, which means it's a layer 2 switch. So you cannot assign the IP address to the port directly. But you can see VLAN interface 3. You can create a VLAN interface. You can assign the IP address to the VLAN interface, which is a layer 3 interface. So IP address 10.0.3.3.24. So let's ping 10.0.3.11. I'm not sure if we created the interface here. So S1 display IP interface brief. Okay, we don't have this interface yet. So interface VLAN 3 IP address 10.0.3.11.24. Now let's try again. Now we can pin the from 3.3 we can pin 3.11. That's on 3. So let's go to 4. Interface. Oh, let's create all the interface here. So it's 4 IP address 3.11 5 IP address 5.11. Okay, so that's 4. Interface VLAN interface 5 IP address 10.0.5.4.24. Let's see here if we can pin 10.0.5.11. Yeah, we can ping, which means the port is on the correct VLAN, and also the trunk can forward VLAN 5 traffic. Now let's go to R1. R1 is different because it is a router, so you can assign the IP address to the interface. So interface gig 001 is the IP address 10.0.4.1.24. So let's ping 10.0.4.11. Yeah, we can pin this. Let's go to R2. We do the same thing. Assign the IP address for the physical interface. Interface gig 002 IP address 10.0.4.3.24. So let's ping 10.0.4.1. It's working. So dot 3 can pin dot 1. So for sure it can pin dot 11 because 11 is here. The next interface type is hybrid. We already configured the trunk. We already configured the access. Now we configure the interface as a hybrid. Basically, the hybrid interface is similar to a trunk interface. Um, but it allows users in different VLANs to communicate if these users are on the same network segment. Let's see what happened. Uh, Back to this topology. So we will configure this interface and this interface as the hybrid. But the VLAN, you see the VLAN address, VLAN 3 is 10.0.6.3. Here, this interface belongs to VLAN 4, but we changed the IP to 10.0.6.33. So basically, that's the 10.0.6 network. So dot 3 here, dot 33 here. So, but this one is VLAN 3, this one is VLAN 4. Let's see if we configure the hybrid here and here. Without a route, this IP address should be able to talk to this IP address. So S1 interface 0013 to port default. Let's see, well, I already configured this, so let's see what's the configuration here. So on 13, basically we say uh, this port is hybrid. The PV ID is VLAN3. The port hybrid and tagged VLAN3 to 4. S2. Let's see, the configuration is similar. The only difference is the hybrid private ID, private VLAN ID is 4. Now we go back to S3, and from S3 we pin 10.0.6.33. At the same time, I already captured some packet. So let's see, I capture packet here, 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 and here. So I capture capture the data on the 6 interfaces. Let's see what's the what we get. So 1, 2, 3. So first one is the interface 0013 on S3. Here is the 6 packet we captured. This one is, let's see the topology here. So this first one is this interface. Second one is this interface. Third one is this interface. On this side, the first one is this interface. Second one here is this interface, and the last one is this interface. So let's see what happened. So the first packet is basically says the source is 6.3 and destination is 633, and that's just a regular Ethernet packet. Doesn't tag any VLAN information. So S1 still the same thing, no tag. But this one here is the trunk interface. This interface here. So you can see it has .1Q trunked. So you can see the VLAN ID is 3. So VLAN ID is 3. All the other information is the same, source, destination. On this side, uh, that's the other interface on the trunk. So it has the same .1Q, ID is 3. But on this side, uh, even this one is 3, VLAN 3. But we have the configuration we say on the S2, right? We see and tagged 3 to 4, which means doesn't matter is VLAN 3 or 4, we send the traffic. Now you can see just a no tag, but just a regular Ethernet packet. So source, destination, and at the end on the router 3, you can see the source and the destination. So that's why um, even there, even this VLAN 3 here is VLAN 4, but if they are on the same subnet, they can ping each other. That's how the hybrid interface works. Um, you can look at this capture, and so you can get some basic idea how that works. The hybrid interface, the trunk interface. Here is the end of presentation of lab 6. Um, we have a spanning tree, we have a VLAN, we have a different interface type like access, hybrid, and the trunk. Thank you for listening.